Hi everybody and welcome. Well, I guess you could say that this video is a little bit of a floss tube extra. I've been in a bit of a drawing mood lately and I've coloured in this eye here, dragon's eye, and I thought it might be interesting to just give you a little idea of my process. So I have an Etsy shop and I sell Needleminders there. Sometimes I like to be creative with that and find different ways of making different types of products, and just to sort of use my own artistry as well. I like to try and, push myself a little bit now and again, just see what I can come up with. And I thought it might be of interest to some of you, maybe not all of you, but whoever is interested in how I do my process and stuff like that. So it's not going to be a super lengthy tutorial or anything like that. So as you can see, I've just pretty much come to the end of this drawing here, and I'm quite happy to come on and do my drawing from beginning, or to do a drawing from the beginning, so you can see how I get started and how I do my colouring and what sort of pencils I use. I'm using these Faber-Castell polychromos. It's a set of 24 pencils. They are quite pricey actually, but I find that they're really nice for blending, and the little nibs don't seem to break on me as much as other types of cheaper pencils, so I just go with the polychromos. So the way I achieve this is just by building up lots and lots and lots of layer of colour. So my intention here is to try and give this a go, making it into a needleminder. I have made needleminders out of my artwork, but it's artwork that I've already drawn digitally, like on a little tablet or something, but not actually anything that I've drawn by hand like this. So that's going to be interesting. So all I'm doing here is I'm just touching up, finished the eye, added lots of colour, and all I'm doing here is just accentuating little areas with a little bit of green now, because I find that there's more green at the top than there is here. So just adding a bit of depth. The way I add depth is to push a little bit of colour in between these ridges. Do you see these scales here? I push a little bit of colour in between them, mainly the darker black, and it kind of makes them look a bit more 3D. So they actually look like they're sort of rounded 3D little scales. This is something I practiced doing a few years ago. I'm not an artist by any means. I just watch a lot of videos, and then I sort of go with my gut instinct and practice. And mostly I do my drawing on digital formats, but I haven't actually used colour pencils all as much as I should have, really. So I don't want to overdo it, because then it starts to look too green. So that's okay with that. So that's just my finishing touches. So what I can do now is I can scan this into my laptop. I take a photo of it, basically, scan it into my laptop. And from there, I can just touch it up a little bit, brighten it, add some contrast, a little bit of saturation, and make it good so that I can actually turn it into a needleminder. So I shall be back to show you a little bit more of this. So here is my dragon eye, which I've successfully taken a photograph of and uploaded to my my drawing software. I use Affinity Photo. This isn't Photoshop, but it's got just as many good functions. And what I do here is I want to add a little bit of, I'm going to see if I can make the page look a bit whiter like this. You might see a little bit of shadow on the camera. Brighten it, add a bit of contrast, brightened up, make a bit more contrast. This is all going to be for printing. So printing is a lot different to what you do with an image on the screen. I find that you do need to add, to get a good printout, you're going to need to add. See how the saturation here, that's way too much. I mean, it's up to you really how colourful you want to go. I'm just sort of playing around with it at the moment to see. But I do want to get that contrast. Now I realise that my printer can sometimes print things a little bit darker than they appear. All sorts of depends what effects you go for. That will make things look a bit pink. It does actually look different on the screen to what I'm actually seeing here. what you're seeing is a lot more vivid than what I'm actually seeing. So I have to really bump up the saturation, the brightness and the contrast to be able to get a good, decent printout. Okay. Right, I'm going to print that now and see how it comes out. Okay, so I've managed to get this printed out, and here is my original finished drawing, and here is my needleminder sized drawing, which is considerably smaller. So once I uploaded that painting into the laptop, into my software, I was able to resize it and touch it up a little bit, give it a little bit of brightness, a bit of contrast, and just a bit of balanced colour. I had to make a decision between getting more of the eye showing in the actual size of it, or whether to make the whole thing smaller so that it would fit into the circle. And it actually doesn't matter if you knock off a little bit of the picture. The sort of overall symmetry works in a circular 4 centimeter disc. So that's what I have there. So that's what you will see. If I wanted to get these parts of the scales in, I'd have had to make the whole picture slightly smaller, and then it would look maybe a bit too small. You wouldn't see some of the details in the eye. So I think with that, we've got a good balance. So that's the needleminder size. So I think that works pretty well. So then the next step is to cut that out. Then we glue the picture onto the disc and we let that dry, and then we use a resin to coat it. So I'm just going to come back probably after I've done the whole needleminder creation. Okay, the needleminders have been baked in the Needleminder factory, and they are now completely done. So here we have the end result. Isn't that cool? And we have a magnet on the back, and they even have a little bit of sparkle. True dragon fashion, they have to look magical, right? So thanks to all of you for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you've enjoyed the video, and also let me know if you'd like me to do any more videos in a similar style or some videos of my drawings. I'd be quite happy to do that. So thanks very much and take care. Bye.